Campaign exists to counter misrepresentation in public affairs and the media. And since the events of the 7th of October 2023, the main focus has been on the shocking bias seen in our mainstream media, promoting the Israeli narrative and dehumanising Palestinians. And we formed the Lambeth Witness Group, a subgroup within Campaign, to call time on the Church of England's 100-year-long silence on the ethnic cleansing of Palestine and British complicity in it. The conflict did not begin in October 23. The Zionist agenda to colonise Palestine and displace its indigenous people began in the late 19th century and was backed by Britain. The Church of England has been present in Palestine since the 1840s and has been part of the movement to give the land to European incomers. We say it should be repenting of this past. The ethnic cleansing began in earnest in the 1940s and accelerated after the 1967 Six-Day War. And nowadays, Britain supports Israel's genocidal actions in Gaza. We export arms to Israel. We allow Israeli arms company Elbit to manufacture its deadly drones here. And we allow US arms for Israel to be dropped off at our base in Cyprus. Taxpayers' money, your money, funds RAF reconnaissance flights over Gaza. With 26 seats in the House of Lords, the Church of England sits at the heart of the British state. These bishops should be holding the British government to account, but they don't. Since October 2023, church leaders have issued 5 statements on Gaza, but have yet to comment on findings by international bodies that Israel is committing war crimes, including genocide and crimes against humanity. The International Criminal Court has issued an arrest warrant for Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, and yet his ministers meet our ministers with impunity. And it's not as if the church doesn't know. For the first time in history, a genocide is being live streamed. Israeli soldiers are posting their own war crimes on social media. Gazan doctors, meanwhile, have posted x-rays of children with sniper bullets in their heads. We've seen footage of refugees sheltering in the bombed-out ruins of hospitals, being burned alive in their tents. Children have died from shock on the operating theatre for lack of anaesthesia. Babies in incubators have frozen to death when electricity has been cut off. Israel has blocked food, water, medicine and fuel from a starving population which has been hounded from pillar to post to so-called safe areas where they were bombed all over again. And the claims that the attacks are precisely targeted and that all precautions are made to prevent civilian death are clearly lies. Over 70% of those who've died are women and children. Why won't our church leaders lead on this urgent existential threat to the indigenous people of Palestine? The Church of England is far too close to the Board of Deputies to British Jews, which falsely claims to represent all British Jews and declares itself unapologetically as a pro-Israel lobby. Letters from Campaign and from the Lambeth Witness Group to serving bishops about the plight of Palestinians, including Palestinian Christians, have failed to elicit a single response. Despite Zionist leaders' long-standing and well-documented aim of ethnically cleansing Palestine, no serving bishop has acknowledged this, nor have they been willing to call for a permanent ceasefire or to lobby the UK government to ban arms exports or endorse the South African submission to the International Court of Justice, citing evidence of genocide. Palestinian pastor Munter Isaac, in his 2023 Christmas sermon, Christ in the Rubble, said, "Gaza today has become the moral compass of the world." If Gaza is indeed the moral compass of the world, it is evident that the Church of England leadership uses a very different compass, one which prioritises their relationship with the Israel lobby and the British government over genuine moral principles.